In the ancient kingdom of Ilaria, nestled between Emerald Hills and Silver Rivers, lived two brothers, Kyle and Dorian. Born into a family of blacksmiths, they grew up working side by side in the fiery forge of their father's workshop. The village knew them as the Twin Flames. Kyle, the older by 3 years, was quiet and strong. Dorian, fiery and ambitious. Their bond was unbreakable until the day ambition divided them. When their father passed, he left behind a modest legacy: the forge, a handful of tools, and a reputation forged over decades. The brothers were expected to take it over together, but Dorian had other plans. "I want to leave the village," he told Cal one night. "I want to open a grand smithy in the capital. There, nobles will wear our blades and kings will know our name." Kyle frowned. "But this is our father's forge. We build on his fire, not abandon it." Their disagreement grew. Words turned to shouting. Kale called Dorian selfish. Dorian accused Kale of fear and small dreams. The next morning, Dorian was gone. He took the forge's finest tools, some of their father's most treasured creations, and left for the capital without permission. Kyle was devastated. Not only had he lost his brother, but he felt betrayed. The village whispered, some blaming Dorian, others saying Kyle had held him back. Years passed. Kyle rebuilt the forge alone, his heart hardened by silence. He never spoke of Dorian again. Yet every blade he shaped bore a hidden symbol, two crossing flames, a memory of the bond they once shared. In the capital, Dorian rose to fame. His weapons became prized by nobles and generals. He told tales of hardship, claiming he built everything alone. The truth was left behind in the village. But one day war broke out. The Eastern Kingdom invaded, and the capital fell into chaos. Fires raged, streets emptied, and Dorian's grand smithy was reduced to rubble. With nowhere left to go, wounded and ashamed, Dorian returned to the village he had left behind. His face was aged, not by years but by guilt. When he arrived at the old forge, he saw Kyle through the smoke of the fire, still hammering steel, unchanged by time. Kyle turned, stunned. For a long moment, neither spoke. Finally, Dorian knelt on the cold stone floor. "Brother, I came to ask your forgiveness. I was young, proud, and blind. I left you with pain and took what was not mine." Kyle stared. The years of silence, of anger, of betrayal boiled beneath his chest. He wanted to shout. He wanted to say, "You don't deserve forgiveness." But then he remembered their childhood, the laughter, the late nights at the fire, the day they made their first sword together, the bond that once meant everything. Kyle walked to the back of the forge and returned with a cloth-wrapped bundle. Inside were the tools Dorian had stolen, restored, cleaned, cared for over the years. "I made these whole again," Kyle said, voice low. "Even when I hated you, I couldn't throw them away." Dorian's eyes filled with tears. "I don't deserve them." Kyle looked at him, his own eyes wet. "Maybe not, but you're still my brother." They embraced. The village gathered, surprised to see the long-lost Dorian at the forge. Together, the brothers announced they would rebuild, not just the forge, but their bond. From that day, every blade bore a new mark, a phoenix rising from two flames. Their story spread across Ilaria, not just as craftsmen, but as symbols of something greater. Not every betrayal must end in separation. Sometimes forgiveness can forge bonds stronger than steel. The lesson? Forgiveness doesn't erase the past. It heals it. True strength is not in holding on to anger, but in choosing to let go and love again. Please like, share, and subscribe.